In the last episode, we showed you the 3rd Brigade Engineers learning how to drive and plow with their new assault breacher vehicles. In this episode, Ron Andruss shows us how they are employed in a combat scenario to clear a minefield.
Six is 6. Establish support by fire position. Move out. Time now. Over.
Roger. 2-1. Move out. 6. This is 2-6. We're Redcon 1. 6-3-6. Permission to raise, launch, and detonate the MIC-LIC.
3-6 is 6. Permission to raise, launch, and detonate MIC-LIC.
Roger. 3-6. Raise the rocket. Time now. Roger. Do it.
Sappers with the 3rd Brigade Special Troops Battalion were recently fielded 6 new M1 assault breacher vehicles. They're the latest and greatest combat engineer tool used to safely breach minefields and other obstacles to keep maneuver forces moving forward on the battlefield.
Right now we are with Charlie Company. We have 3 sapper platoons and then assault and obstacle platoon out here with their assault breacher vehicles. We've learned about the system in the OpNet, and now we're actually applying it in a tactical environment.
The training is platoon company training as far as breaching, using the new assault breacher vehicle, implementing our own SOPs and how we're going to actually breach a lane using this new piece of equipment.
Charlie Company engineers jumped right in and hit the ground running, training hard for their next deployment and learning all about these powerful new machines and how to employ them in combat.
The most challenging part of it was just learning the electronical part of the equipment. Some of us have kind of had some experience with the MIC-LICs itself, so that portion wasn't as hard. It's got about 3 different major systems inside of it. The MIC-LIC, or the mine clearing line charge, and also has a marking system, and then the front end equipment, which consists of the plow and also a dozer blade. But as far as its mission capability, it's a good piece of equipment.
After learning how to drive, plow, clear, and mark lanes, it was time to bust out the ABV's big gun, the Mine Clearing Line Charge, or MIC-LIC.
The company is practicing task force breaching, where we'll be conducting our first linear demolition line charge in order to reduce an obstacle. This obstacle will be a minefield. Right now we're prepping the vehicle in order to conduct the mission and actually firing the live rocket with a inert charge.
These engineers are training with inert charges now, but when they go to NTC, they'll use the real deal.
This is leading up to the culminating event, which will be at NTC. We'll be firing a live rocket with a live charge. So this is one step towards our final goal of a live breach.
The MIC-LIC is a lot of firepower. You got a rocket and 1,750 pounds of C4 flying across about 162 meters inside of a minefield and then blowing all the mines about 14 meters wide. The inert stuff, it gets you ready for the actual live. When you start handling it, you know exactly where all the components hook up, you know where to place all the components, so you're making sure everything's in the right receptacle, and that way the charge actually flies. So it's good to work with inert before you get with the live stuff.
Once they load up the line charge and hook up the rocket, it's time to rock and roll. The platoons will maneuver in a combat scenario and employ the MIC-LIC.
This is a big event for them. As combat engineers, we haven't done MIC-LIC breaching. This is a brand new vehicle as well, so we haven't fired a MIC-LIC rocket in years. They're positive about it. They're excited. You know, this is a new thing for the Army, so they've done their studying and they're ready to see how it works.
This training exercise out here is just prepping us for the NTC live fire exercise. Everybody's excited. I'll be firing the live one, so I'm real excited.
These engineers are all trained up and ready to continue leading the way on the battlefield, making sure the 3rd Brigade combat team can quickly and safely maneuver through minefields or any other obstacle and accomplish their missions.
3-6 is 6. Permission to raise, launch, and detonate MIC-LIC.
Roger. 3-6. Raise the rocket. Time now. Roger. Do it. All stations net, this is OIC. Stand by for RSO to clear the charge.
Engineers lead the way in everything that the Army does.
Ron Andruss, Fort Benning TV.